What's up guys, Billy here, and today I've got a handful of brand new leaks to share with you of the DJI Spark. And now I know that this seems to be the only thing I've been making videos on for the past week, but we have been getting brand new leaks here every single day, left and right, so I figured I would continue to share my findings with you. Now the first thing I want to start off with is a leaked video that came out of a hands-on look at the Spark itself. The guy actually had it turned on, we see the lights flashing, and we also see the camera moving around. So I'm going to play that in its entirety to start this video off, and then after that, pull some of the different specs and information that we get from that video. After watching that video, I was able to pull 3 bits of information from it, filling in some of the missing puzzle pieces. Now the first thing I do want to mention are these wires hanging from the drone. It appears that whoever filmed this had it hooked up to some sort of external power supply, so don't worry, when you get your drone in its final production stage, it won't have all of these wires dangling from it. Now getting into some of the information, the first thing I want to take a look at is the gimbal assembly. It appears that whenever whoever's holding this drone is shaking it back and forth, there's no vertical or yaw stabilization, which leads me to believe that there will be a 2-axis gimbal inside of this drone rather than a 3-axis gimbal. Now this does kind of suck, it's a little bit of a letdown as it won't be as smooth as the Phantom series or a Mavic drone, but at the end of the day it is hard for DJI to fit a 3-axis gimbal inside of such a small package. Now the next thing I want to take a look at is this blinking light in this glass panel just above the camera. It appears that on the right side we'll be getting an IR sensor, and on the left side we'll be getting an optical avoidance sensor. So I'm not sure how this is going to play out. We will have to see once the drone is fully released how these two will work together, but it does appear that on the front of the drone we will be getting optical avoidance. Now the final thing I want to take a look at are the LED rings underneath of the drone. Now obviously we get a first look at these when it's all powered up in this video, and I think that they look awesome. They add a certain aesthetic to the drone that makes it look a little bit better. Some people do think this looks ugly, but I think that with these circular LED rings blending in with the design of the drone, it makes it look a lot better. The next picture that we have gives us a look at the back of the drone, and it appears that rather than a USB Type-C port, we will be having a micro USB port. I kind of wish that they went with USB Type-C, as this does seem to be the future and they're just kind of trying to future-proof their drones, but sadly it is a micro USB port, which I guess that we'll just have to live with. I mean, I guess all of DJI's drones right now are coming with micro USB ports, so it's not all that much to complain about, but I do wish that they did future-proof this thing and just use USB Type-C. Now as far as the weight is concerned of the Spark, it appears that without the battery inside of it and just the shell, it'll come in at around 190 grams. Now if you feel a Phantom with the battery in it and then without the battery in it, you'll know that you do feel a fairly big difference. So I do think that this will be on the heavier side, maybe coming in at over 250 grams, which will kind of be a letdown for some Canadian drone flyers, as I know that those drone laws are all messed up right now, and you are kind of looking at this drone to be like your safe haven, like your go-to drone, because it doesn't apply to those laws as it is under 250 grams. But as of right now, all we know is that just the body itself with no propellers on it is coming in at 190 grams. The next set of pictures that I've come across gives us a look at the gimbal assembly pretty much detached from the drone itself. And from all of these different angles that we get, we'll notice that we definitely do have a 2-axis gimbal here rather than a 3-axis gimbal. Now at the end of the day, I don't think that this is all that bad. I mean, it is going to be a lot more stable than some of the other smaller drones on the market, like the Unique Breeze, that actually doesn't even use a gimbal whatsoever. So this will be a fairly big step up in that department, but it's not going to be as smooth as something like a Phantom series drone or a Mavic. Our next picture of the internals of the Spark gives us a look at the panel, I guess you could say, of the very front of the drone, showing us the little spot for an IR sensor, as well as the spot for an optical avoidance sensor. So again, as I said, we have a mixed bag here. On the right, we have IR sensors. On the left, we have an optical avoidance sensor. Both of these should work together in order to make one forward optical avoidance sensor, but we will have to see how this works out when the drone is actually released. The second to last picture is fairly huge, as it gives us a look inside of the app that is used with the Spark. Now, I'm not going to say it's the DJI Go app, as this does look a little bit different. Now, whether the DJI Go app gets a brand new overhaul with some of the new products coming out this summer, or we simply get a brand new app to use with the Spark, this does look a little bit different, so I'm not going to go out on a limb and say that it's the DJI Go app. Now, we do get some fairly vital information from this picture. The first thing being that this drone will be able to shoot in 4K. A lot of people were saying because the camera is so small, it's only going to be able to shoot in 1080p, but we do notice that we have the option to shoot in C4K or the traditional 4K resolution size. Another thing I do want to point out is we can shoot 1080p at 60 FPS, which will allow us to get nice, smooth, slow motion video when shooting in full HD. The two final pictures that I want to end this video with give us another glimpse at the Spark matched up next to some, I guess, items that a lot of people use, or some fairly well-known items. First, on the left, we have an iPad mini, and then on the right, we have a Samsung Galaxy, which again shows us just how freaking small this Spark drone is going to be. So guys, anyway, this video is coming to an end. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you are new around here, as I have been trying to upload daily. Also, leave me a comment down below, again, letting me know what you think of the Spark. I know that a lot of people are changing some of their opinions after some of these videos come out that I'm doing about the leaks and whatnot. Some people say it's ugly, some people say that they're going to buy it. So again, I would love to know what you have to say. So guys, anyway, as I said, this video is coming to an end, and as always, I'll talk to you later. Peace.